we're backstage. We're here with Tim and Ben from Hacktivist, all the way from sunny England. How are you guys going today?
Good, man. Good.
Yeah, pretty good. It's hot. We're very pumped to play tonight. It's good to be back.
And how was last night's show in Melbourne?
Everyone went nuts, but I've heard that the Brisbane kids are crazier than the Melbourne kids. That's all I've heard, so we'll have to see the proof.
You're in the country supporting Enter Shikari on their World Tour, I'm pretty sure it is. Have they passed down any amazing wisdom so far, or has it just been a big old party?
This is probably the 8th tour we've done with them. What we learned from them is how annoying we annoy them. How much we annoy them. I think that's what it is. But we get on with them really well. We're like a family.
Your publicist described you guys to me as grime metal, but when I listened to your new track, No Way Back, it was kind of like a grungier version of new metal to me. Mm-hmm. I was listening to the rest of the album, and then you had a lot of gent stuff, and then you had a lot, seriously just grime hip hop stuff. So, how do you guys describe your sound? Like, what are you guys going for with your sound?
I usually say, I know it's not the kind of question the answer people want, but it's just Hacktivist. And basically, iTunes clearly struggled to put us under a genre. Yeah. So the song Hacktivist on the EP Hacktivist was the genre Hacktivist. There isn't a genre of music you can call it, because we go everywhere with it, but it is just the sound of Hacktivist, basically. We all come from completely different walks of life. Like Jay just listened to grime. He barely listened to any metal whatsoever. Drum and bass and electronic music. Now he loves that kind of music. Yeah. Rich comes from like a jazz background. Josh just plays everything, like same jazz and funk and that sort of stuff. We're all into metal as well, and you love hardcore and stuff as well, don't you? And obviously, you got more into grime through Hacktivist, more.
Yeah. We all kind of brought our own things to the table, and then by doing that, we also gained things from each other.
Shared a love for different music.
So there was so much stuff coming together. Was there a part where the band said, "No, we actually don't want to bring that in"?
No. It's free flowing.
Yeah.
It's not, no, we don't want that style. It's maybe like, oh, that doesn't work for the song, just specifically, or
changes to arrangements or ideas. But yeah, just nothing to do. Like no one's ever been like, no one's ever not felt something.
Anything goes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the next album, are you guys going down a completely different path? Like, because this one has a lot of gent and a lot of the opposite of the grime kind of thing. Like, will the next one be more grime?
It's difficult to say. When pen goes to paper,
jazz album.
That would be sick. Yeah, we don't plan it. We don't go, right, we're gonna have this, that, and that. I think because I produce a lot of different stuff. I produce purely grime stuff, drum and bass stuff, obviously Hacktivist stuff, loads of other stuff. I don't see those snippets anymore as different genres or anything. I just see them as parts of the story. Don't go into the studio thinking or having real ideas beforehand. It's kind of like plug a guitar in, turn the mic on. Yeah. I mean, obviously Ben and Jay write, but we don't know how it's going to end, and it never ends anywhere near where it started.
Okay.
There's always 10 or 11 versions of the same song, which is so different. I don't know how we get to the final one. It's just there, and then you know.
Is that exciting or frustrating depending on the day?
Both, yeah.
Extremes of both.
Yeah.
But the thing is, what comes of that at the end is usually way better than what you were working on in the first place.
The fact that we do mix up the styles is a benefit, and also has its negatives because we haven't got much to draw from. So all we can write to is
it's a blank
from
sheet.
The source of what we started from, but obviously expanding on it.
Yeah.
We're trying to think of things that haven't been done.
Yep.
So we're actually kind of designing the sounds that we want to do.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Trying to pioneer it, and it's not easy.
Considering that, do you feel like some of your fans will maybe drop off if you guys do something completely left field that you haven't done before?
Definitely.
Yeah. Are you worried about that?
No. It's like a journey. That's what I like about it. I like the fact that you pick up some people and then they're with you for 3 years, and you bring out another album. They go, but other people come.
Yep.
And again, that we're making music to make us happy. And if anyone else gets as much love from it as we get, then that's the bonus.
Of our fans, I think would stick by us no matter what we put out, like any genre, any song, like no matter what it sounded like. Yeah. But I think others probably listen to it for the metal side or for the electronic side or whatever. And those people probably going to listen to one or two songs.
And you can pick and choose. And we're bringing people from different sides of music scene together. Some people like hip hop that have never been to a metal show have come up to us and said, I've never been to a metal show, but they've come because they like the rap and they're like, I loved it.
Yeah.
They never would have done because we're that link to get people to to come out of their comfort zones or go to something they wouldn't do.
Definitely. No Way Back is pretty heavy lyrically, and his explanation for the way he did the video is pretty heavy. So what do you guys think as a band are the greatest issues with society at the moment? Because a lot of your lyrics combat that stuff. What's society doing wrong, or what should we be doing better, I guess?
Naivety is a massive thing.
Naivety, yeah, and manipulation, like in the media. I think people just need to be more aware of what's going on and feel more empowered. I think people kind of see the world for what it is, and I mean, the world is a pretty fucked place. There's a lot of dark stuff going on, but we still bring out like a positive message. The way back, in particular, it's basically, I mean, obviously the video concept is this guy who's got his virtual reality headset on, living his perfect life with his family on loop just forever, and when we're actually like telling him what's going on in the world, and he's like, he just puts it back on.
Yeah.
And like the twist of the video is, I didn't notice this until Josh told me, but it's pretty cool. He has no time at the end, so he's actually chosen to go back into this Matrix world.
Yeah.
But because by choice he's not tied into it.
Yeah.
And No Way Back is kind of saying that's what a lot of people are doing, but I think people are waking up a lot more now.
Yeah. And so as a band, how do you feel you can help people realise that the status quo doesn't always have to be the same status quo? Like, are you guys bigger than just your music, or how do you see yourselves in the whole push for people to wake up? As you
People
guys were
do
saying?
find their own way, though. A lot of people listen to our lyrics and might not necessarily take what we're saying as they might hear something completely different, but it helps them in some way. But we're not telling people what to do. We're telling people how we feel.
For us to spread a message and for us to connect to fans and have chats, and now being able to have fun.
Yeah.
Because our gigs are fucking crazy, and we've got a couple party scenes and everything, but you still got to have a message. You still got to talk about what's important. It's very easy to sort of write a song with recycled lyrics that everyone's talked about, or just egotistical stuff, and it's just boring. And I think the more bands that start actually chatting real lyrics and the more artists push it, then you can see it's happening now. There's a lot more people doing it, and it's even going more into the mainstream now, and I think there's a good wave going on.
You guys are pretty established now as a band, so what's your helpful tips to a band who wants to kind of follow your footsteps? Like in terms of, I think I got a quote here from one of our writers. What's your number one tip? To spit mad fire and open up pits. That's what our writers wanted to know. So you guys have some amazing lyrics, but also you've got some hectic breakdowns. So what do you guys say to young bands who want to follow in your footsteps?
This question goes around quite a bit. We don't really know how we've got here, but all we know is that we've not tried to jump on any sort of wagon with anyone.
Yeah.
9 times out of 10 you'll have a band and this guy will be like, I'll bring Architects back into it, like I love Architects, that's probably why I'm saying it, but they're massive right now, or Bring the Horizon, and they'll just be like, okay, this band are now on the up, so we've got to do that stuff.
Yeah.
But whilst everyone does that and gets stuck on this cycle, they're actually single-handedly killing that sound.
Yeah.
And then
something else is going to come through.
But not only that, it's impossible to be spotted when you sound like everyone else, because you just mould into just the same wall and everyone's just completely like flat.
Yeah.
Whereas we're trying to create like a spike in the scene. But what's important is to not be like, oh well, people might not like that, or people might not like, or it's just to do it anyway. Yeah. Because just as much as we've got positive people that follow us, all of the people that we've got a lot of people that hate us. But those people talk about how much they hate us, and that annoys the people that likes us, and it just it just creates like this buzz, and it's like a lot of people are too scared to think outside the box. Basically,
I used to be one of them guys when I was like 12. I was like, just listen to one genre, and then I was like 14, just listen to another genre, and then it's just I don't understand. Now I can't even relate to that at all.
No.
I can't believe that was even me. It's like I don't think there's anything that I don't listen to.
Yep.
And I just think it's funny that people take genres so seriously. It just baffles me.
It's just like fashion, but
it's music, man. If you like music, it's either good music or bad music, and even if you think it's bad music, it still doesn't even mean it's
But
bad
you're talking
music.
about it.
Yeah.
People will sit there for hours and talk about how shit someone is, but you're talking about them. That's the whole point of it. Like art.
Ben's got a lot of anecdotes to talking shit about bands with you.
It is like art though. When you go and see a piece and you're like, that's crap, but you're still feeling something. It's not necessarily negative. You two people are talking about it, and you're sharing an art whether you like it or not. And people just kind of want to blend in with everyone else, but then they wonder why they're not big. It's because you're blending in with everyone else.
Music is like pizza, basically. That's the moral of the interview.
That's the takeaway message. There you go. Well, we've been chatting with Tim and Ben from Hacktivist. Thank you very much for the chat, and I hope the rest of the Aussie tour goes well.
Cheers, buddy. Thank you.